Welcome to the Sober Addict Podcast. I'm your host, Zachary Dolce. This podcast is about the fight nobody sees, the thoughts you don't post, the battles that don't look dramatic but feel heavy. If you're sober, trying to get sober, or just tired of fighting your own mind, you're in the right place. Take a breath. You don't have to be strong here. Before we get into this episode, I want to be clear about what this conversation is and what it isn't. This isn't about crisis, and it's not about hitting a breaking point. And it's not about things falling apart in some dramatic way that forces change. This is about something much quieter and much more common, especially for people who have spent a long time being the one that others rely on. Before I go any further, I want to re-anchor this for a second. Even when an episode isn't directly about drugs or alcohol, this is still a recovery podcast. Addiction doesn't disappear when the substance does. It just changes shape. The anxiety, the overthinking, the exhaustion, the emotional weight. That's all part of recovery too. So if you're listening and wondering how this episode connects, this is the connection. This episode is about the pressure of being the strong one. Not in the sense of bravery or toughness, but in the sense of being dependable, composed, and steady for so long that it becomes the only version of you that feels acceptable to show. If you're someone who people come to when things feel uncertain, if you're the one who usually has it together, who figures things out, or who stays level-headed when others don't, this conversation is for you, because strength like that doesn't come without a cost, even when everything on the outside looks perfectly okay. There's no advice in this episode, no checklist, and no moment where everything gets resolved. This is just simply an honest look at how strength can quietly turn into, let's say, expectation, or how reliability can become pressure, and how redefining what strength actually means. So wherever you are while you're listening to this, take a breath, settle in, and let this be a conversation you don't rush through, because the kind of strength we're talking about today has probably been with you for a very long time. At some point in your life, without making a conscious decision, you became the person people rely on when things feel unstable, maybe overwhelming or even uncertain. And what makes that realization unsettling isn't just the responsibility itself, right? But it's the fact that you don't remember when it all started, only that it's been this way for a very long time. It usually begins small, ordinary moments when you notice that you're able to stay calm while others overreact. That you're able to think clearly when situations get emotionally charged, or that you're willing to step in and take responsibility when nobody else seems ready to. Because those moments tend to produce better outcomes. You repeat them without questioning what kind of identity you're slowly building. You see, over time, that consistency turns into something others depend on. And before you realize it, people don't just appreciate your steadiness, they expect it. Not because they've decided to place that weight on you, intentionally, let's say, but because you've shown them over and over again that you can carry it and that you can handle it. What's rarely acknowledged is that strength like this doesn't come from feeling confident or secure. It comes from learning how to function under pressure, from understanding that things move forward more smoothly when you don't add your own emotions into the mix, and from quietly prioritizing stability over expression, even when it costs you something internally. You kind of become known as the one who can handle everything, the one who doesn't need reassurance, the one who will figure it all out. And while that reputation can feel validating at first, it also begins to shape how people interact with you. Because once you're seen as capable, you're rarely seen as someone who might need support in the same way others do. Instead of being asked how you're doing, you're asked what should be done next. And instead of being checked on, you're checked in with, as if your internal state is less relevant than your ability